Hello everyone, I'm RiverFox and welcome to the channel. Now today we are doing a review on the Dashing Hawk hero. Now you can get this hero from the event store at the moment for 2,800 gold. He is a soldier with the lefty and righty shockwave and frag grenade abilities. Now for the standard perk, he has lefty and righty. Shots have a 37.5% chance to stun the target for 2 seconds. And as a commander perk, he additionally has lefty and righty. Damage is increased by 100% against stunned targets. So for the purpose of this testing review, for the Dashing Hawk, I have put him in commander slot, and we have gone with the team perk Happy Holidays. And for the support team, we have got Bang and Pow, Ghoulish Cackle, Unearthly Treat, Zip and Zap, and Where's Lefty. So they are the support team that I have gone with for this. Now you will see gameplay footage in the background, some testing out that I have done with this hero, and he does look a pretty good looking hero. I'm not entirely sure what is happening with his cape. It does look really rigid and could probably do with a bit of a loosening up, I think. Make it a bit more material like rather than a solid cape. But other than that, he does look a pretty good hero. Now, as it stands at the moment of making this video, as a commander, he's not really the best at lefty and righty. Now, yes, he does have that ability that lefty and righty will give increased 100% damage against stunned targets, but it doesn't really do enough damage to warrant using lefty and righty, to be honest. Even using the Happy Holidays perk, you will still have around about a 60-second cooldown between using this ability, so it's still quite a long cooldown in there, and there's no heroes that we've got that will actually reduce that cooldown any further. So as a commander, not really that great, but you will see some footage in the background of gameplay that I done testing out this hero. Don't get me wrong, the lefty and righty abilities itself and the damage that it does is pretty okay. You know, it's not great, it's not terrible, it is about average for ability, but it's that 60-second cooldown that you've got between using that ability that makes this that little bit worse. So he probably will be better off in support. Now, I will go into that in a moment. Now, for damage numbers, he does give around the 4,000 to 8,000 mark as an average, but you can get, I've got the most, I think, was around about 150,000, 175,000 damage out of one shot, but that is pretty much rare. It is a general 4,000 to 8,000 damage pretty much. Now, I did my testing in 140 missions, and yes, not all of the heroes in the support team were fully maxed at 130s. Some of them are 106s. Even the Evelyn is only a 58, because it's not really heroes that I normally use, so I didn't want to waste any evolution materials on leveling them all up, to be honest. In a 140 mission, I suppose it didn't fare too badly. I did die a couple of times during the testing, so it's not really powerful as a commander, but against smashers you can pretty much take down a 140 smasher with a full 10-second bout of the lefty and righty. As for blasters and takers, you could probably get rid of those in about half a round perhaps, and normal husks, well, they are, you know, relatively easy to get rid of. Now, it will blow up the propanes, it does set those on fire, and unfortunately it doesn't penetrate through the fridge doors of the fridge guys, but if you do manage to get those shots through the actual fridge window, then at least you can get the husk behind. So overall, as commander, is probably an average setup. Now if you were to use Dashing Hawk as a support hero instead, then I would probably recommend using the Raven as your commander, which his ability increases lefty and righty damage only by 25%, but it causes explosions which deal 20 base energy damage in a 0.5 tile radius, and I personally found that that did better damage than the Dashing Hawks on his own. So for, again, Team Perk Happy Holidays, to reduce that cooldown a little bit, still down to the 60 seconds, and for the support team we went Where's Lefty, Ghoulish Cackle, Unearthly Treat, Zip and Zap, and Absolutely Stunning, which of course is the perk from our Dashing Hawk. Now again, even in support, is still not really powerful, but you've just got that added explosions caused when you do the lefty and righty abilities. Now as this is a brand new hero, then chances are at some point we will get some additional heroes that will go along with this and hopefully buff that ability a little bit more. And it would be really good, I think, if we could try and reduce that cooldown that little bit extra, because lefty and righty has never really had any good buffs and perks to it to enable us to do any decent amounts of damage. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we can only hope that we do get some additional heroes that will hopefully reduce that cooldown for us, and then perhaps it may be a slightly better hero. But I'm actually on the fence with this one, whether it is recommended to purchase this hero or not. The kind of advice I tend to give in majority of the time is, if you have the gold for it, then get it, even if you don't use it right now, because at some point in the future there will be a time when you need it. And if you haven't already purchased it, then you can sometimes have a big struggle trying to get that hero later on. So I would get it if you have the gold, but if you haven't and you don't have enough for it at the moment, then no, I would probably say not to panic about it. There's nothing special about this hero. So as a cop it or drop it score, I would probably give it a 5, because it is neither good nor bad. It is in the middle. So 5 out of 10 for the Dashing Hawk. And as for the cop it or drop it, I would say probably, unless you really want this hero, is I wouldn't bother at all. I would drop this hero. But I hope you do find this review useful. If you do, don't forget to drop a like down below and smash that subscribe before you go. And if you turn on the notification bell, then you will always get updated of all my content when it comes out. But until the next time, I hope you have a lovely day and stay safe, my friends.